Hi, my name's John. Welcome to another Sunday night nightcap. The hat you might well ask, well, somebody says that you wouldn't wear it on a nightcap. Well, there you are, I've got the bastard on. Tonight's nightcap, I've got quite a few welding jobs. I show quite a lot of that. I do some machining, as some viewer mail comes in, I show a little bit of that. As you probably know, I'm away tomorrow morning early, start off the trip to get to California, to the Barsey Bash, which we're really looking forward to. So I don't think I'll be a nightcap. There certainly won't be one next week, but probably the week after I come back on the Sunday, I'll probably put one or two bits and pieces together and post them. Anyway, that's enough of what's not going to happen. What is going to happen tonight as well. We'll do the draw for the nice little meter to you dial gauge. I think Mick and Stig's coming across, and we'll try and encourage Stig to get a winning ticket out of the bucket. I've just had a phone call off Mick. Unfortunately he's not very well, which means he won't be able to bring Stig across to do the draw. Debs is at work, so I'll have to do it myself again. There's about 15 names a week going into here, so it is filled up quite nicely. Right, well, that one, that one. And it says Sandra Beanland. Anyway, I'll go and have a look on me magical computer file. Obviously I'm going to be away for a couple of weeks, but when I come back that'll be priority in the post. I'm going to do another giveaway this week. This week's giveaway is a nice little Mercer tenths of a thousandth. Once again, it's the one that Bob's had a part reconditioned. Nice accurate one. Very fine calibration. It's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 thou each way. One thing it has got, it's got a pin on the back. It's handy having a mounting on the back of a clock gauge like that. Means you can mount it there, or you can mount it there. And like I say, the dial turns, which is really a nice touch. Right, Bob, once again thanks for that, mate, and I'm sure whoever wins that will get years and years of use out of it. Mercer is a good make. I've got a Mercer gauge that I use myself. If you want to have a chance of winning this, all you have to do is send me an email with your name. That's my email address up there. Your name goes into the bucket, and your Stig the dog, or me, or Debsy, or somebody will pull it out. If your name's pulled out, I'll post that off to you anywhere in the world, completely free of charge. It's just a little way of me saying thanks very much for all the support I've had. I was at a steam rally last weekend with Richard, and a young lad came up to us and he gave us this. It's just a short length of chain, because he said that Richard's wagon needs a chain for its whistle, which it does. The caller lad, Jamie Purvis, I said I would give him a shout, so there you go, Jamie. Thanks very much for your chain. I'll make sure it gets fitted to the wagon. He actually has made this. It's not a bolt chain. Each link's been formed, looks like welding rod, all being bent and crimped together. So he's obviously spent quite a lot of time making this. It will be nice to get it on the end of the control chain, on the whistle, on the Sentinel steam wagon. That's great, Jamie. Thanks very much, buddy lad. It's nice to have handmade things. And it's nice that a young lad's got the interest to do this sort of thing. Mark Bowyer sent us a nice little item with a nice letter. And what it is, it's a spring-loaded tap follower. I did say I never had one, I haven't gotten around to making one. I'll do a little bit of video, show you how it's used, and I'm also going to modify it so it can be used for something else as well. Anyway, Mark, thanks very much. I'll make sure that gets put to good use. It's very nicely made as well, workmanship's good. It's got just the right amount of spring tension on, you don't need too much. I will show this being used a little bit later on. There's one more item came all the way from Norway from a lad called Andrew Granham. I assume you pronounce your name that way, I'm not really sure. Anyway, there's a nice letter big handwritten letter. I'll not read that out, I've read it, dead read it. But also inside there's a nice little tool there. What these are used for, they're used in moulding for repairing sand moulds. It's obviously very old, and I would say it's seen quite a lot of use as well, and hopefully it'll see a lot more use. Anyway, once again, thanks very much. I'm going to put some threads in the end of here just to demonstrate how the tap follower or tap pusher works. Tapping drill for 8x125, it's actually 6.7. 6.5 is a little bit too tight, and 7 is just too big, so that's actually a 6.7mm drill, and I keep in with my 8mm tap, and that's all it gets used for. Normally you'll see me just put the tap in there like that, and I'll start it in the hole, turn the chuck and just slowly advance the tailstock hand wheel to cut the thread. That's one way of doing it, but the other way of doing it and put on you, push the tool in there, that goes in there like that. The tap would go into there, you would bring this up. As you wind the tailstock in, you can see it's compressing the spring. So that's putting preload on the tap. Then you could simply use a small set of adjustables or a small spanner on there, or even put a tap wrench onto it, which is what I'm going to do. So I would simply go in there like that. It's got a nice fine point on, so it can end up in the end of the tap like that. You can see it squeezing the spring. A little bit of cutting oil, and that would automatically hit the bed because that handle's too long. Brilliant. Right, so we'll have to use the adjustable method. We haven't got to, that's what we're going to do. Right, once again, preload. Simply when you tap in, and the adjustable point is keeping the end of the tap nice and square, so it goes into the job nice and straight. You can obviously back it off because you're not trying to push the tailstock back, all you're doing is compressing that spring in there. So basically that's how it works. It's used a lot more for smaller taps, where you get a lot more feel. Obviously it can be used in the milling machine or the drill press in exactly the same way. It pays me not to leave things like that mounted in chucks, because that really does want to take the back of your hand open. It is very sharp. Right, I did say I was going to modify it. All I'm going to do is put a centre drill in that end of it. That's not mild steel neither. Don't know what he's using, but it's something decent. Right, so we're a nice centre mark in the end like that. I've got a bit of material here with a centre drill mark in the end, and I want to set the centre drill mark up to be running true. Forge or chuck. Forge or chuck, it needs cleaning because it's tight. Once I come this way, a long way, and get it somewhere nearby eye before we even start measuring it. You'll see me before put two centres in, one centre and a centre behind, and put the clock gauge onto there. But what we can use, or what we can do, is put a tailstock centre in, put the spring loaded centre into that, then we can use that, put our clock gauge on there, and the spring keeps a constant tension on it so it won't fall out. You don't need a clock gauge to say that's a mile away. Right, hopefully you can see the gauge there without too much glare on it. It's running out 15 thou. So all we do, we find the highest point, which is there. Need to tighten that jaw, so we're slacking off the opposite one. Tighten that one, you always tighten. And that's within about the thou now. High one, which is that one. Too far. High jaw again, that one. And somewhere near there now, that's within like a fanny's hair, basically. So that is another use for the spring loader top pushing tool. This is the space at the end of my Harrison lathe where I used to have the rotary phase converter standing. The problem with it standing there was it ended up getting caught in swarf and cutting oil, which was doing it no good at all. Now that I've got a bit of empty space here, you can see what's happened. It's been filled up with shite. Space is a premium in my workshop, I just haven't got enough of it. So what I intend doing is make a proper mountain for the inverter with wheels on. I'll make it quite high with a bench top on, so I can use the top of the bench for storing chucks and the like on. I'm also going to put it on wheels so I can pull it out, which will give us access to the change wheels on the lathe. The only drawback I've found using this rotary converter is you do get a little bit of noise off it. So what I'm going to try and do, or what I'm going to do is, I've bought some rubber mounts, so I'm going to put some absorption mounts on here, which will hopefully insulate the motor from the frame and help to kill some of the noise. I've also got the fan working nicely as well, so which means I can actually box this in. As long as it's got some vent holes, it'll be perfectly alright. I'm just going to make the frame out of what I've got, and I've got some 1.5 by 1/2 inch flat bar. So I'm going to use that to mount the motor on, and that'll be welded into the frame. These holes will be a standard distance apart. If we get a roughest measurement, I'm getting a reading of 140, so that'll be 140 centres. It'll be a standard footprint of 140. So we need the holes in here 140 apart. Right, so I need 2 holes in here, 140mm apart. I'm just going to use the edge finder to find the centre of the piece. It's as quick doing this as it is marking it out. And a half, so we need half a 47 and a half. It's already in the centre of the bar, so we'll just need to go 70 each side of that. 0 of that, 70 each side, and that's going to give our 2 holes 140 apart. I've got both pieces clamped together, so we'll do them both at once as well. Right, that's 70 there. A 10mm hole through there. And probably a 10.5, so it's a clearance hole. Thrashing around there. Right, simple case now. Back to 0 and then 70 the other way. Someone asked what oil can I was using. I think it was last week. It's not mine, actually, it belongs to my friend Mick. It's a branded laser, 8 ounce. He actually bought it at a car boot sale and he put it in my bag and he forget about it. No doubt he'll say it, and he's never mentioned it yet, but he probably will. I think these mounts have got to help. They certainly can't make things any worse. They're quite rigid, but they have got enough flex in to absorb vibration. Right, the moment of truth. And the jobs are good one. Get some more nuts and washers. Get them bolted on. Turn it over and give it a try and see if it actually hasn't made things any quieter. I'm sure it's got to help. This is actually, it's front heavy, but once it's bolted into its frame it'll not be a problem. I'll power it up and see if we've made any difference at all to the noise output. I'm sure it's got to help. Right, to me it's definitely quieter. It's on a wooden bench as well, which is acting a bit like an amplifier. I'll plug the lathe into it because once it's loaded up it goes even quieter again. Right, start the lathe up. And that's definitely just quieter. I had it in here, that's a lot better. This will also be mounted in the box, which will kill a lot more of the noise. Obviously with ventilation holes in, standing on a concrete floor, it's going to be a lot better. One of the big advantages of a rotary converter like this is you can plug any machine into it, 3-phase 400 volt machine, as long as its main motor is within the capacity of the phase converter, and just treat it like conventional 3-phase, which means all your lights, power feed motors, coolant pumps will all work. All the switches on the machine will work as intended. I found this much better than trying to convert machines to single phase.